Back to Chris.
Thanks, Deri. Yeah, I mean, the keen-eyed of you will notice that Deri had to go back to the 6th of March to find a day that was all green across my journeys. I'd like to say that wasn't true, but you know, sometimes these things are meant to try us. But Cyvism is very much the system of record for our weekly KPIs. So we do look at this chart. So these are the things that Deri had kindly grayed out on the other slides. And they relate to the different experiences that our customers have. If they're going to come in and do click and collect, that's a different experience for them on the site. It's a different set of systems to when they've ordered a washing machine and we're going to install it through know-how. You're hitting different parts of your architecture, and what it means is that if there is a problem, we have the ability to narrow it down and fix it faster. We also have the ability, as Deri said, to say this is how we're doing. The transparency piece is you remove the smoke and mirrors and you create opportunities for conversation. And the best way to build these journeys is to sit down with your user experience guys or your marketing guys, and actually you sit there, and you explain what you're going to try and do, and you do talk about, right, it's the mystery shop, it's the exit survey. They're used to the kind of pop-up survey at the end of it, and if we ask them, the insight guys would love to be standing on the shoulder of the guys walking around our shops. We can't do it because customers would probably find it a little bit irritating. But Cyvism gives us that chance, and it is embedded in all of our routines. And the lost sales column, which I have blanked out, is you sit down with the finance guys and you say, actually, let's work out the hourly sales rate across all of the days of the week, so that instead of when there's been a problem, you've got some poor soul with 3 different spreadsheets trying to work out, I think it's about £1 million that the IT team just cost us, then you're actually there, and they know where the number came from, they helped build it, you've got involved with it, everyone trusts it, and you've removed really quite a lot of that somewhat combative argument that leads you to that binary existence. And it is incredibly useful for that in terms of being the vehicle with which to start conversations. Because we have all got more and more, as you start to specialize or your organization grows, people start drawing really quite a tight box. I'm a user experience guy, I'm a solutions architect, I'm a business analyst, I'm a project manager, and actually that's what I do. And you need to kind of break those boxes down a little bit, and both within the organization and actually within the IT department. I mean, this is genuinely something that I'm quite passionate about, because I think the tool on its own is very, very valuable. And I mean, for me, if it's red, it doesn't work, I've got to take it seriously. But actually, if you're going to make the best value out of it, and if you're really going to, deliver to your customers in terms of the experience that you want to have, you have to change the way that you think, and that's a culture change. This isn't something that's going to happen overnight, and putting the tool in does not do it. I mean, if you take Nick and David, their customer said, we don't want one of you, we want both of you. And so you had a couple of people who may not be entirely comfortable with each other, they've got different opinions, and they're being forced to work together, and it isn't perfect, and it's not going to be perfect, but actually, the best innovations and the best teams and the most effective project teams are when you've got a collection of different opinions, and you ground it in respect, and you challenge each other, and you come up with the solution. And I think that with the year facing us, when we think about the constraints, when we think about the retail market, we aren't going to have as many opportunities as IT, as an IT department to do new projects to enable innovation. But the opportunities we do get, we've got to land. I mean, there will be a real prize for the people that execute their craft and deliver the innovation well. And to do that, you need to find these people who are probably a little bit more curious. You might call them generalists. You might call them jack of all trades, which for a long time, people talk about jack of all trades, master of none. It's fairly common. It's not the entire phrase. That's only 2/3 of the actual phrase. It's jack of all trades, master of none, sometimes better than the master of one. And that is actually critical to winning on the internet and just winning generally this year. I mean, Leonardo da Vinci is one of our most celebrated minds in human history. He was a jack of all trades. Fine, we call him a polymath, it's got a different name. But actually, these people are curious and they're interested in what's going on. And these are the people who you probably already have, but you've got to search for them, and you've kind of got to champion them a little bit more this year, because they will be the ones who help you land the really difficult stuff which delivers to the customer experience. And it's not easy. You do have to break the walls down. That's the first Qin emperor of China. You know, he had a vision. He wanted to unify his teams, you know, his tribes around a common purpose. To do that, he went to war with them. You know, I mean, I'm not suggesting that any of us go to war with the rest of our organizations or our departments, but actually, that is how, in a multi-channel world, and certainly in a customer-centric world, if you're going to be where your customers are, you know, the IT guys actually have innovative ideas and are also customers. So the marketing guys need to listen to what they've got to say. The IT guys need to understand where the marketeers, the property guys, the commercial guys are coming from, because it is only through working together and building those cross-functional teams and working relationships that result in the best innovation that mean you can win online. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we're going to talk about this morning.